Hello there. The next activity is place. Let's first start with a joke. What was T-Rex, the dinosaur, what was its favorite number? What was T-Rex's favorite number? You know this guy? Any guesses? 8. T-Rex ate the dinosaur. 8. Alright. Our learning goal, we are learning to identify and describe characteristics of places on Earth. So identify characteristics of places on Earth and describe characteristics of places on Earth. Success is when I can describe the physical and human characteristics of my favorite place. So we are learning physical and human characteristics of place in this activity. Here is your vocabulary. Please add these to your AWL tracking sheet or your Quizlet set or wherever you're tracking that. Derive, environment, image, adapt, and transportation. First, we're going to start by making a list. Please make a list of whatever images you have of the following places. So what do you think of when you imagine China, Sweden, Egypt, the countryside, Tokyo Bay, and outer space? Please make a list of all the things you imagine for each of those places. Next, what we're going to do is go over this reading and some of the activities. Okay? Let's go. Places have both human and physical characteristics. So, characteristics. Physical characteristics and human characteristics. What is a characteristic? Well, let's find out. So places both have human and physical characteristics as well as images. Physical characteristics include mountains, rivers, soil, beaches, and wildlife. So there you go. Mountains, rivers, soil, beaches, and wildlife. Right? Places have human characteristics too. These characteristics are derived from the ideas and actions of people that result in changes to the environment, such as buildings, roads, clothing, and food or food eating habits. Food or food eating habits. We get these images from personal experiences, the internet, and TV. So these are the characteristics, okay? For example, physical and human. So what we're going to do next is we're going to use a PowerPoint presentation, this one, and I would like you to create your own table like this one. Okay, please copy this one. Save that to your computer. And as you watch this PowerPoint presentation, please tell me if you are looking at physical characteristics or if you're looking at human characteristics. Okay, so let's go. First one I've already done for you. A city is a human characteristic and a desert is a physical characteristic. So let's go with the PowerPoint. Here are some examples of each, human and physical. Okay, buildings, clothes, foods, bridges, airplanes are all human characteristics. These are things that people made or ideas that people had. Physical characteristics are things made in nature, not by people, like rivers, wild animals, grasslands, hills, valleys, in addition to these things here that we've already mentioned, yeah? Okay, so let's go. Play. A mountain, is it a physical or a human characteristic? Please write that on your chart or on your table. Right. A mountain under physical or a mountain under human. Is it human or is it physical? Is it a human characteristic or is it a physical characteristic mountain? You please write in the one you think is correct. Okay, next. A city. Human or physical? A farm. Human or physical? A forest. Human or physical? A highway. Human or physical characteristic? A lake. Is it a human characteristic or a physical characteristic? A museum. Is it a human characteristic or is it a physical characteristic? A desert. Already done for you. This is a physical characteristic. Skyscraper. Human or physical? Ice cap. Human characteristic or physical characteristic? Which? An igloo. Is this a physical characteristic or a human characteristic? An amusement park. A physical characteristic or, you guessed it, a human characteristic? Which is it? Outer space. Human or physical? Next. Which places would be easiest to live and why? Well, let's think about that. Let's go back here. So just pause the video and finish your chart, and then we'll come back to it, okay? So this is the question right here. What places are fit for humans to survive with relative ease? That means the same thing as this. Which places would be easiest to live and why? For humans. What do you think? Which of these places would be the easiest to live and why? Please write your answers down on your chart. Right in here. I think the easiest places to live are, and then you list them. Okay, 1, 2, and so on, okay? So, for example, 1, I think a city is an easy place to live because, you have to write because. Okay, and give me a reason why. And do that for each of those on the PowerPoint, okay? Each of these. And then again, think about it. Okay, pause the video and write your answers. Let's go back here. What are the 4 basic needs? Humans choose places they can easily live in and adapt to. Usually places humans live in are good for travel or transportation, trade, and for growing or finding food and water. We need to be able to satisfy our basic needs. Our basic needs are food, water, air, and shelter. Humans must have these things to survive. Shelter is like your home, right? So, let's go back to the PowerPoint then. Which places would be easiest to live and why? Well, a city has things you need like food, shelter, and water. The countryside may also have food, shelter, and water. You can use the things here to make what you need. It's a little bit more difficult than a city because you have to make it. In the city, you can just go to a supermarket, right? Forests and lakes probably have animals to eat and water to drink. You can use the things here to make what you need as well, but it's much more difficult than it is to buy stuff from stores like convenience stores or supermarkets, right? So forests and lakes, probably a harder place to live, but we can still get all of our basic needs from all of these places. Okay? A desert doesn't have much water and little food to eat. It can also be hot in the day and cold at night. So very difficult. We can't get our food, all right, and we can't really make shelter. We have air and not much water, so that's a very difficult place for humans to live. Ice caps at the top of the North Pole or the South Pole, top of the world, top of the Earth. Ice caps are very, very cold, you can imagine, right? Humans can live there, but it's a lot of work to get food and build shelter. Outer space, space doesn't have much for us to use. There's no air to breathe, and really no drinking water, there's no shelter, and there's no food, so outer space is probably the most difficult place to live. We know this because of astronauts, right? They have to wear special suits and live in spaceships that are very difficult and expensive to build. Okay, so you're going to use this information about human and physical characteristics, okay, to complete an assignment. I'll discuss the assignment in the next video, but basically your next assignment will be a paragraph about your favorite place. You download this sheet to review the elements of a good paragraph. Okay, all the good parts, success criteria for a good paragraph, and then follow the writing process. And then we're going to brainstorm some ideas from your topic together in class, and please look at this rubric to give you an idea of what is expected to get a good grade and to meet your learning goal. This is the success criteria here, okay? All right, until the next video, good luck.